I'm Beau staff and I'm 11 years old and I really hope you pick me for the Kids Baking Championship. So today I'm going to be making something I call cracker cakes. So before I do anything, I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to prepare the main dish. So I have pretty saltine crackers, a baking dish, and a mat, a non-stick mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the crackers. I'm going to put them on the pan, salt face down. So usually I would use the whole thing, but since I'm only making this for my family, I'm going to use a half recipe because then I will have the right amount, not too much or too less. And making sure I'm putting them all salt face down. And they can be touching each other, it doesn't matter, because you're just going to cut them and you'll know where the line is. So, also over here I have some, I'm going to be, when I top it off, when I'm done pouring the yummy, delicious sauce over, I'm going to be putting these on, but not yet. So now, I'm going to be making the thing that I'm going to pour over in a saucepan. It's like a wonderful sauce. So I'm going to be using butter. Oh, and I also am going to be putting this onto boil. So I think if I was doing this, I'd put it to about medium high or medium high, whatever. So I put the butter in, and now I'm going to be putting a half cup of brown sugar. Usually you can use molasses or this, but since brown sugar has molasses, and I think it just tastes like molasses, just with sugar and more ingredients, that makes it more of a defined taste. So I'm going to be putting that in. And I make sure I don't put my hands too close to the fire, or else I'll burn myself. So I'm going to be putting a pinch of salt. I have vanilla, but I'm going to wait till this is done to boil to put it in. Because if I put it in now, it'll just boil into flames and it'll just be way too hot. So I'm going to wait to put this in the end. So now I'm going to get a spatula and I'm going to stir this. So that's about good. So now I'm going to take it up. Get the crackers ready, and I'm going to pour it on. You just have to use as much as you can, not all of it, not a little bit, you just have to use as much as you think you need. So now you can put that out. Probably a little more. And I'm just going to get it everywhere. So now, I think that's good. I'm going to spread it around. So you can see the crackers are just covered in this creamy, delicious sauce. Gonna be so good. And it's already starting to cool a bit, so it's not as hot now. I'm making sure that I get it on every little corner. That way, when everyone gets a bite, it's covered and they all get just the right amount. So I'm about done spreading it all now. So, and just a tip for when you're in the kitchen, I always make sure I leave the handle out like towards the inside, because if like you have other people walking by or someone running or young kids, they could hit that, and remember this is like boiling and it could get all over you and it could really hurt. So I'm done spreading, and now I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. And the oven is heated at 425. So now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to get something to put my hand on. I always do this because I never want to burn my hand. I always try to be as safe as I can when I'm baking things in the kitchen, especially something like this. So put this in there. Oh. So now that it's done baking, it's been, 3 to 5 minutes. So now I'm going to be taking the cracker cakes out. Bam! So now I'm going to turn the oven off. Just make sure it doesn't, have a heat explosion. So I'm going to put this over here. So now they're done and it's time for toppings. So you can use anything. So I'll let you on a little secret. So after Halloween, you can use Halloween candies that you didn't need. They're perfect size and, way to use things. Even at Easter, you can use your little Easter bunnies, crackle them up. And you can use anything like sandwich cookies, marshmallow bits, sugar, sprinkles. But today, I'm going to make the original, the simple ones. So I'm going to be using chocolate, dark chocolate. Just break it up into bits. And I'll open this. Cookies and cream chocolate. So I'm not going to use this whole thing, obviously. I might, it varies. So I'll break that up. Some more in. Don't think I had enough. Never too much toppings, right? So, yeah, maybe that's probably enough. But when I put those on and they melt into it, then I'll put the sugar on. But when I feel like doing something elaborate, I usually can put really special things. But now I'm going to be putting these on so they melt in. Sorry I paused the video. I just wanted the chocolate to melt a bit more and I want to put some more salt. So now you can see that I'm spreading it around to get the chocolate overcoat. So it is a wonderful cookies and cream chocolate and dark chocolate. And you can make it have pretty designs too. So I usually streak it in orders, So I'm done with that. Put the spoon over here. So now I'm going to let you on something I like to do. So I don't always just put on normal sprinkles. I always want my dishes to stand out and be different. So sometimes I use cayenne. I know it sounds weird, like totally out of the dessert world, but when you put it in on this, it has a spicy and wonderful zest into it, and it tastes really good. Sounds weird, but it's delicious. And even I can do other things, like if you have a fancy Cajun or you're cooking for adults or Food Network, you can use gold, or it actually is really good if you put it on. But today I'm just going to be using some normal sprinkles. Boring but delicious. I'm just making sure I shake it like that so I don't have an overload. Now that I'm finished with the sprinkles and toppings, I'm going to pop this into the freezer for about 10 minutes. That way it cools and it becomes hard. So I'm making sure there's an empty the 10 minutes are over. So now I'm going to be taking the cracker cakes out. And here they are. So what's easy about these is you can just break them off and package them cutely. But for right now, I'm just going to break it off and eat it. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you got a taste of what I'm like in the kitchen. I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.